went to early class today. My usual Saturday class is at midday. And they said I should give Kevin an award, and I didn't know what I would say. It just hit me just now what to say. You know, I was talking about yogic scripture and philosophy or science. And there's all these stories of these great rishis and saints who taught their students ideas that were from scripture, that were beautiful and that were inspiring. And they say things, crazy shit like, if you have courage and faith, you could walk off the mountain or on water or all these things. And then the teacher would teach these things. And of course, all of us know that, you know, you say, ye are all gods, right? Whatever Jesus promoted, we can promote, and we can do all these things too. But we have to have a lot of faith to deliver on these promises. And a lot of times the mentees would do things that the mentors could never really do. The mentor like, don't step off the floor. Oh shit, this nigga walking. And that's how I was with Kevin. Like a lot of times, and I always tell a story about Kevin, so I'll deviate in a minute, about how he's such a good giver. He gave of himself in ways that no senior executive would ever give. But as an intern, and even as a street team member, before he was an intern, he'd always do everybody's job. And the great story about Kevin, the first part of it, is that Kevin was such a good intern and servant that the greatest leaders are servants. So Kevin would learn everyone's job and help them, and he never expected their job. And one day all the people in the company said, make Kevin the president. Like, Nick, you in line to be, no, make him the president. And it was, Kevin, I don't need that. Kevin, you've been their leader before you were named their leader. Yep. He was such a great servant that he made everybody better. That's what a CEO does. And he took this company that we had. I go back to, you know, me working with Kevin. And sometimes he'd walk me around like, all right, Russell, just stand there. Like he was the manager, and I'd be, okay, I'll stand there. And he took this company and he made it so big at a moment when we were cold. And so, you know, he's mentored so many people and never taken a lot of credit. So we don't celebrate him the way we should. But he's been an inspiration for me and for everybody around us. He's been our leader. And so he really deserves this award and many more. Kev, I love you, man. Come on, we get this.
You know, it's funny. I knew Joy was up to some shit, but she said, well, where's Russell? You know? And I just love, we don't get to spend as much time since we moved out here to the West Coast, but you know, y'all know what Russell means to me. You know, I don't have to, he gave me a shot. See, I feel bad for a lot of people because I never really had to work a day in my life. I could think of something and say, yo, I want to create video games. Russell said, well, create video games. I never felt, when you talk about fearless, I really thought, I remember I got kicked out of the radio station because they wanted something and I didn't want to give them. Russell said, well, get kicked out the radio station. I remember speaking about Howard. I remember I started this idea. I had Biggie Smalls, Redman, Method Man, Onyx. I want to do something at a museum. And I made the Def Jam logo, it was called Def College Jam, shine in the museum. And why did I think Onyx could do Shut It Down and they can do Biggie Smalls and Method Man can do the what in a museum? $300,000 later, Russell and Lear say, well, what were you thinking? Russell said, was it happening about it? And luckily, I knew we had insurance. So I only say if, you know, I never knew that you wasn't supposed to put your best foot forward every single day. That you wasn't supposed to dream every single day because nobody told me that it was impossible. I lived a life of possible. Listen, Def Common Jam. And I'll tell you something, Russell, I'm gonna shut up in a second, but you know, have you ever worked for somebody that I never asked for a raise? Always got a raise. Never asked to own a piece of Def Jam, own a piece of Def Jam. Never asked for a piece of Fat Farm, own a piece of Fat Farm. Never asked for anything with Def Common Jam. But I showed up every day. I don't care what the business was, if it was with Russell I had to go to work. But through work and service, you get rewarded. And I tell people, I was saying yesterday to 50, and I said, man, you gotta understand where we are in the culture right now. Through power, our actions and our words mean something every single day.
Amen.
We talk about empire. We all deserve to be kings and queens and build our own empires. And we talk about Blackish. I told Anthony, I said, even though our Blackish, let's learn to love each other a little bit more. Let's respect each other a little bit more. So I'm going to end with a prayer because I really want everybody to have a great life. It's not about me. Now I told and Bush Kaz and Julie and all the crew, and I see the joy in them. You know, you as a leader, you got to learn how to find a way first off. Then you got to learn how to nurture the way, give back of service. But then you got to know how to get out the way. And you know what? Was it hard for me to leave Def Jam? Yeah. Was it hard for me to leave the Warner Music Group? Yeah. Was it hard to start a new company? Yeah. But I believe of service, great things will come. So with success, I accept responsibility, and my prayer is this. Somebody's always watching. Susan DePass is watching all you girls here. Russell's watching, and y'all know I'm in it still. So every single day, I'm watching you, so you never know when it's going to come your way. Be prepared for the glory of God, because it exists every single day.